Hi, guys. Leanne Holitza here. All right. So, because I've been having technical difficulties, give me a thumbs up or I can hear you just to make sure that you guys can hear me. Either give me a like or put in the comments, yes, I can hear you. Okay. Can you hear me? Guess I'm waiting for someone to say yes. And if you can't hear me, then I'm going to have to do something different. Okay. Let's see. Yes, you can hear me? Okay, cool. I'm like, do. All right, you guys. It's full moon. Whew. And boy, those full moons, they can get you. All right, let's see. A couple announcements for the Healing Studio. Group healing still happening on Tuesdays. It's a hybrid, so you can attend. You can attend via Zoom if you want to. It's 11 o'clock Mountain Time. We've got Learning to Connect with Your Guides next Sunday on the 12th. So if you are interested in that, that's also a hybrid class. Intro to Oracle Cards is happening next week with Crystal. We have a drum circle on the 17th, our sound baths on the 14th and the 19th. And my class starts again early March, Energy Awareness. I think I'm only going to be offering it once. So it's the part one. It's the way to get on the merry-go-round. Okay, what else do I got going on here? I am pulling out the Platinum Ray today, it's a Galactic Federation. It's an Amanda Ellis spray, and I was drawn to pull it out, and then I actually noticed she had pulled it out on her YouTube as well. So must be in the air. And then we're going to use, I've got Celestite as the stone of the month, so that we've got these hanging out with us. Which those are really good for self-esteem and kind of soothing your emotions, that kind of stuff. And then we're going to use the Yantra deck and then the Enchanted Map by Colette Baird Reed today. Okay, so let's get started. So if you haven't joined me before, let me put up a banner first. This is where to find out about the events I just talked about, insightfulinspirations.com events. But if you haven't done this before with us, you can type me please in the comment section and I will get to as many people as I can with a card reading. But we are going to build on it. So if you're watching this live, this is this week's for all of us, and then we'll do a 1, 2, 3. If you're watching this later, same thing. If you hear someone else's message that sounds like it's for you, it probably is. The guides get together. They like to share their messages. Sometimes I'll even get the same card back to back for somebody, even though I shuffle, because the message is such a strong message for whoever is there. Okay, so let's go. Let's see what's happening. Okay, so first thing is impeccability and walking the path upside down. So this is where you're going to feel a little off track. Full moon, good chance to kind of stop, reset, see where you're feeling off track. So this card is basically saying, acknowledge that you're feeling off track right now. The helper card for the week is happiness and being the source. So this is remembering you are the source of your own happiness, your perspective, the way you're coming at things. This is all a choice. I mean, to some degree, we don't want to do any kind of bypassing of our emotions. But when our emotions come up and they're negative, that's telling us we're out of alignment and we can make a choice to shift back into alignment. Okay. End of the week. Oh, this is good. We got some laughter and playfulness at the end of the week. So a little joy time after feeling off track, taking responsibility for your own happiness brings in some play. And that card also brings in some sunshine. So if you can get out in some sunshine, do so. All right. Enchanted Map cards. Here we go. Okay, so first we're going to do 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Okay, so pick what number resonates in your heart. And this is going to be the start of your personal reading. Okay, so if you picked 1, you're focused on the gentle gardener. Okay, so this is very much just allowing things to come to fruition. Not really necessarily interfering with other people's growth or your own, but instead nurturing and watching over. Be gentle this week, okay? If you picked 2, you've got it's unexpected visitors, but it was upside down, so it's protective, okay? So the unexpected visitors card, this is I'm hearing from the guides that message for you, if you picked 2, that this is a week where you might be having to set some boundaries, but also getting to say yes when you maybe would have normally said no to some social stuff. I am seeing like go slow with this and be the source of your own happiness and be around people who also take responsibility for their own happiness. Okay. So just if you picked that one, and if you picked 3, you got Ghost Lands. And for some reason they want me to read that one. I know that Colette Barrett Reed really writes her stuff to be read in the book. So that may be why. Okay, so let's see if I can find it. So if you got the 3, you are, let's see, hold on, sorry. It's upright. So whenever it says you can learn from the past and imagine a beautiful future, but you must live in the here and now. This is saying if you've got this card and you pick 3, that you are set your sights too far forward and it's time to come back to being present. Same goes for being nostalgic about things, like let go of the past. This card is basically be in the here and now card. Okay, so the guides might have me read these books today. I kind of feel like that, like at least the little quote. Sometimes they do that with the Alice in Wonderland deck too. It's like I don't have all the right words. Okay, all right, here we go, you guys. My list may look a little different than your list just because there's a couple different sources coming in. And the cheat is YouTube, because YouTube lets you comment early. So that's how you get on top of the list, is if you go to my page and hit subscribe, and then the little bell button to know when I go live. You get at the top of the list typically. Okay. So Rob, you're at the top of the list. You got Mountain. Okay. Upside down Mountain. Now, what I'm hearing from your guides is that it is very important to be paying attention to the moon. So see how there's a full moon in there. And it is very important for you to recognize that that there's a lot of moving parts right now, and that taking responsibility for, what you are deciding to tackle. Okay. So this week, like, careful. If you decided to tackle too much, it's okay to back off. Okay. So here's what the quote says. You have the capacity to flow around any obstacle. This is time to adapt. So I really am getting like, if the mountain feels too high to climb, let the light be shown to what the easiest path is, and take that easy path for now. That's okay. That is a way to take responsibility for your own happiness. Okay. Barbara. Okay. You got talisman it was in the protective. Okay. So that card is basically talking about that there's a little dragon in this card. That's cool. I don't know if you can see that dragon there. Ooh, dragons are the protectors. They're going to get us, kind of feeling more connected to the earth and taking responsibility for that. So this is basically calling you to your divine spark, and to be, basically dimming your life. Light serves no one is when this comes in the upside down. Okay. So it's kind of coming back to your own sacred self. All right. I'm going to read you the little quote. The world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world. Okay. So yeah. All right. And I'm also just kind of seeing from your guides that this is, there's kind of a, be aware of repetitive patterns. So where that might be holding you back. Okay. So be aware that sometimes things that feel familiar carry the burden of the past, and it's time to be in the present. Okay. Patty. Okay. You got Oregon's Lair, and it was in the protective. So it was upside down. There's a dragon in that one too. Look. Okay, so you guys are both working on kind of getting a little more connected to the earth, a little more connected to yourselves and your responsibility to being in that divine alignment. So this week you're being asked to kind of not ignore red flags, and don't be kind of like going into past patterns, but instead pay attention to where you can kind of be in your own path, and not necessarily just keep following the paths of others. I'm going to read the little thing. You are always protected and divinely directed. Okay. So I kind of feel like you guys might be doing something together there. So just kind of pay attention to that as well. There might be a call to, I kind of see the divine wisdom of the, you know, like a wise woman having wisdom of the past to bring that forward to the younger generations. All right, Kimberly. Oh, your card is coming apart, but upside down. Okay. So let's talk about being the source of your own happiness and feeling off track. This card is basically saying that it's kind of time to face some of the things that are no longer serving you. This new moon, or this full moon, sorry, is very important for that. So it's important to kind of look where relationships are no longer serving you and walking away from those relationships. So here's the quote. Now is the time to take separate paths. Okay. So if the challenge is that there's something that you're having trouble letting yourself walk away from, this week would be a good week to focus on why you're having such a hard time and untangle yourself from that situation, whatever that may be. And sometimes, you guys, we don't know yet what it is. So we just have to put ourselves, we have to put ourselves in the curious seat so that we can watch what's happening instead of have the direction. Okay. All right, Diane, you've got into the unknown in the protective. Okay. So see how she's blindfolded. All right. So this is like, again, that curious, you may feel a little off track. You may want to be just a little bit more coming together with your curiosity. I'm very much seeing that there's, you know, she's very done up for going into her party. Okay. So this is basically, it says remember to learn from experience and to know that maybe you don't necessarily know the time period that you're entering into right now. And so you might want to go slow. See how she has her hands in front of her, just feeling, don't go with confidence of the past, kind of be open this week. Okay. Here's the quote. Trust all will be revealed. Okay. So something else wants to show itself to you this week. Gina King. All right, here we go. Oh, Gina, you got home. Pretty straightforward. Home, right side up. Focusing on your sanctuaries, focusing on your energy of what that feels like to be home. The little quote says you are comfortable in your own skin and you belong. So really this week is focusing on your own happiness and the source of your own happiness and not necessarily worrying about that external stuff, okay? Kimberly. And yes, you guys, I can see Kim. I see Kim Kent. I see you down there saying that you couldn't get in, lots of interruptions in cyberspace. This is true, you guys. There's a lot of stuff going on, and that's partially why I'm using this Galactic Federation thing, because it's not just wonky internets. Okay. Okay, Kimberly. Oh, you got unexpected visitors in the protection. So if you picked 2 at the beginning, they're doubling down with you. Okay. If this is the first time you're hearing this, for yourself, basically this is saying there might be some unpleasant news this week, and unpleasant news can be responded to in different ways. Just kind of let yourself know that you can set the boundaries, go slow, be gentle. Okay, here's what it says. If you expect the unexpected, you'll be prepared for miracles. Okay, so this is also talking about change being forced upon you and not necessarily what you wanted, but kind of being able to roll with it and go with it this week. Okay. All right. Tiff, go faster, huh? I got lots of you. Oh, Tiff, I shuffled. This is the 3rd time we've seen this. So you guys, this is for all of us. Okay. It's unexpected visitors again. So I'm going to go back and read a little bit more from this book because this is for all of us to be aware of right now this week. Okay, it says, unpleasant news is only unpleasant when you resist accepting what is. Sometimes the thing most desired is kept away from you because it's not for the highest good or for you or others. Sometimes there's a loss or a disappointment due to destiny whose patterns can't be understood yet. Okay, so that's probably all I need to say, but just expecting the unexpected, but also not being too disappointed if it doesn't exactly come the way you want it. Okay, Kelly and Matthew. Okay, Kelly, your card is Magical Map Shifter. Okay, so see how he's blindfolded, but he's juggling things. This is like trust yourself, trust your muscle memory, trust the ability to make magic this week. Try not to overthink it. Instead, just let the magic kind of flow. Okay. Watch out for overthinking. Think of that happiness card of this that we got at the beginning and just juggle your happiness there. Okay. Matthew's got balancing act. Okay. So a little bit, that's basically very straightforward. Just saying, get yourself into awareness that you might be out of balance. And this week, it would be really important to put yourself in alignment with being in balance so that you can proceed forward the way you desire. Okay. Remember feeling off track. If you feel off track, get back into balance, be the source of your own happiness. And remember the end of the week, a little bit more play. Okay. Blossoming Lotus. You got Mountain right side up. So this was the card Rob got as well. But this was his was coming in protective. Do some moon work. Chisel away at this issue that you've got going on. But know that, if you put some hard things in your own path, you can choose to take them off your path too. Okay. So just kind of acknowledging that this may feel like a big week. Okay. Which I know that next weekend, next Saturday, Melissa and I are doing sound bath and healing work on the Marshall Fire victims. So that should be good. Tanya. Okay. You got ride the wave in the protective. Okay. See the little dolphins riding the wave. I saw a little video the other day where the dolphins were riding the wave and jumping through it and just went right into a paddle boarder. Don't do that. But this is also, like play like a dolphin, be playful, know that the waves are coming. This is in particular water's emotion. So know that big emotions may be there. Fear is, be careful not to get sucked into fear. We had the news on because of that Chinese bubble thing. And my husband kind of checked out and I kept watching and they had a really sad story on about opiate overdose or fentanyl or something. And I was bawling and he looks over at me and says, "Why are you bawling?" Like, we're watching the news. Don't watch the news. Just go play, Tanya. All right, Janelle and Donnie. Janelle, Moonlight. Okay, you guys, we're getting a lot of moon messages, aren't we? This is a full moon. Do some full moon work. There's an owl in this one, so some wisdom. Yeah, but go within too. That's also another message I'm hearing. It's time to kind of take time out, be by yourself a little bit. Okay. Donnie, your focus for the week is a deep freeze. Okay. Putting everything on pause. They are going to want me to read that one. Hold on. So deep freezing, like putting a pause on things, let it kind of be, like stop for a minute. Okay. All right, here we go. The little quote says, "Everything has its season. Now is the time to put activities on hold and to rest." Okay, so rest this week. So Janelle, you're getting time alone, and Donnie, you're getting a little rest, maybe a little downtime for you both. Janice, I swear you got the same card. Moonlight, upside down. I'll read the little blurb on that, but today is full moon, so doing some work on the full moon. It says your intuition allows you to see beyond the mundane, logical, and analytical. Follow it. This is when it's upside down, it's saying you're analyzing things too much. Back off. Be a little bit, have some quiet time inside. All right. Christy and Kira. Christy, you got a compass. You know which direction you're headed. Follow it. Don't worry about trying to explain yourself to others. Just go. And then Kira, this week for you, you're going to be focused on the details. Okay. So putting some things together so that you can kind of get what you want done, but you got to kind of like refine it. Okay. All right, Erin, for you. And I think I see that your girls requested it too. Okay. Solitude for you and the protective. So you can kind of see this little off by yourself. There's definitely, again, the moon in the card. So today would be a good day to work on things, but just shine your own light is what I'm hearing from the guides on this card. So a little time by yourself would be useful. Nolani, your card is home. So just same thing as Gina, you belong, you are okay, be where you feel safe and held. Kayana, yours is, I shuffled. You guys home. That's the third time we've seen it. So I'm going to look a little bit more into it because that's for all of us. But this basically says you belong. It says peace, security, safety, belonging, and all the features one would want from home are indicated now. The home card represents an invitation to experience what it's like to be secure in your own skin, to live comfortably no matter what is happening in the world around you. It's time for you to open your eyes to the tribe of like-minded people, or one special person who makes you feel like you've come home. Okay. So that's for all of us now. But just kind of paying attention to that and the people who make you feel good. Carrie, cleaning house. All right. That may be literal and that may be emotional, but it's like a little bit of time to get the dust bunnies out and just kind of organize things, make your space a little more tidy so you can feel at home in it. Okay. Robin and Jordan. Robin, coming apart upside down, same as Kimberly got. So if there's some relationships that are no longer working or that are eating up too much time and energy, might be time to reevaluate that. Okay. Good week to do that, especially thinking about being the source of your own happiness. Okay. Jordan, you got follow the leader. So this is very much, sometimes it says be your own leader, but this week it is looking for the people who are like-minded, who seem to be doing a little bit better than you feel like you're doing, and see if you can kind of follow their role model. Okay. Blair, you got stuck in the mud upside down. Okay. So feeling a little stuck, you can see there's a little bird on his back. The bird's not stuck. So kind of just feeling into what that might be saying to you about your own happiness and getting more laughter. You might be stuck in your own mind is really what I'm seeing. Okay. So be paying attention to that this week. Okay. Kalina, strength. Okay. Could see she's balancing things. She's got all kinds of wisdom hanging on here. And she's also kind of just, doing it with ease. I think there's a little black cat at the bottom there. So I don't know. I think that's what that is. Maybe not, but just giving yourself a little bit of recognizing, oh, it's the rock she's standing on. See, that's my brain. I go to the cats. So this is just being able to balance and know that you have the strength to kind of endure what's going on. And again, remember to be the source of your own happiness this week. Eat 100 foods. You got metamorphosis upside down. Lots of things are changing, but you're keeping yourself stuck in some way. And it's okay to let yourself, you can't really rush a process, but it is time to start letting that change really start to get momentum. Okay. All right, Sam, this week you're working on goblins. Ooh. Okay. What are the goblins? They want me to read the little blurb for you. But this to me feels like being on the lookout for like the stuff that's kind of hidden and making you afraid. Okay, it says fear is an illusion. Choose love today. Forgive yourself and others. So I'm hearing that this is about feeling like hurt or your feelings are hurt. And this week would be a good week to kind of take that power back to yourself and give to yourself what you need. Natalie, you're also in metamorphosis, but right side up. Things are changing. You can't even help it. You've already put it in motion, so go ahead and let it continue to happen. This is very much a message of ease for you. Whereas Karen's was a little bit more like, you got to stop resisting the change. Natalie, you're being asked to just magnetize yourself into it because it's already happening. Momentum. Yay. Heidi, you got peaks of joy, but upside down. Okay, so in the protective, there's a butterfly. She looks pretty ecstatic. Let's see. Just listening to your guides about this for the week. Okay, so going back to the source of your own happiness message, but also like be celebrating the peaks of joy. Celebrate those things that make you feel like you've got momentum. Okay. All right. Even if it's a little thing, we might have to go long here, you guys. I don't normally go long because I try to have other things, but there's a lot of you out there today. Yay. Liesel, you got the magic map shifter. We've seen this one before. Go ahead and just juggle your own happiness. Be in charge of your own happiness. You got this. Don't overthink it. Okay. All right. For you, Astrid, commitment. Okay. So stay in the commitment space and find the people who are openly helping you along. Don't necessarily let people take advantage of you. But instead guide each other, help each other, be committed to each other's goodness. Okay. Andrea, your focus this week is wide open upside down. So in the protective mode, There's a butterfly in this card too. And very much open arms. But just being, what I'm hearing is healthy vulnerability. Be vulnerable to the places that feel healthy. You don't have to give it away to everybody, okay? All right, another Heidi. Hopefully you guys are watching the screen so you know which Heidi, but if you, whatever, maybe the messages are for both. Compass upside down. You don't have to be the one who has the directions all the time is what the guide said. You don't have to be the one who's always guiding and making the decisions. This weekend would be a good week to surrender. I get that message too. Surrender. Okay, Cameron, your card is wishing well. And you can kind of see there's like literally something coming out of the wishing well, granting the wish. So it's a good time to just be fantasizing, especially with this full moon. You kind of go into what you're creating and spend some time with it. Let yourself wish away and fantasize into your own happiness. Gina, you got strength upside down. I'm hearing from your guides what that means is that you don't have to juggle everything. You can put things down. You don't have to just be strong, you know, so give yourself some space on that one, okay? This week you can rest if you need to. Stephanie, you got spark upside down, okay? So what I'm hearing here is, again, this same thing about the strength almost, except for it only takes one thing. It's like that, I only have one match, but I can make an explosion lyrics, right? Like it's a good week to acknowledge that maybe you've already sparked some things and that either you need to put the fire out before you can move on or take responsibility for what you've created so that you can tend to it, okay? Lisa, you got dry desert, okay? So it's just, this week might feel a little bit like vast in your own, trying to experience what is going on for you. And that's an okay thing. Sometimes we need a little bit of a break from our emotions in order to just kind of be. And that's kind of what I'm seeing for you this week. All right, Kim, you got wide open right side up. So this is healthy vulnerability again, is what I'm hearing. And actually they want me to read the little blurb. So let me do that really fast. It says, you are free to experience your uniqueness to the world and share it in all the bounty of life's endless possibilities. So where I was getting for Andrea was kind of only healthy vulnerability. This is like, go ahead and open yourself up to the world and see how the world responds. So being as open as you can. Okay. Deanna, your focus this week is sacred pool upside down. Okay. So you just kind of can see that there's a little float in the sacred pool, but protective. I'm hearing from your guides that you don't necessarily have to share your feelings to everybody. Not everybody wants to be not everybody's available to be that healthy listening ear that you need. Okay. So find the people who know how to hold space. Don't give it to everybody. Amanda, you got spark upside down too, which is just I'm hearing what this card, it may or may not be what Colette Bayer Reed meant for this card, but I'm hearing from the guides that this card is indicating for you to go and clean up whatever you have already started and make sure that you understand that it's not necessarily good to keep sparking stuff if you've already got lots of pokers in the fire. Okay. All right. Cynthia, you got peaks of joy right side up. So this is a good week to kind of go back over your successes, go back over what makes you happy, go back over the times of happiness and see if you can celebrate them today. Okay. Focusing on the joy this week. Seriously wonderful. You're coming apart. This is the third time we've seen this card, you guys. So this is for all of us. It's in the protective mode. I'm going to pull the book out for a second. Okay. So this says, a situation is unraveling and you best plan to leading you to tricky mazes. Your challenge is to separate out the elements of this puzzle to get a better perspective on what happened. You may have lingered too long in a place where you didn't belong anymore, seduced by a temporary solution. As you untangle yourself, it's important to maintain a sense of humor. Don't fret. Know that you are loved. Okay. So untangling seems like we are probably, when we're becoming the source of our own happiness, we're also taking responsibility for where we've given other people a little too much power there. Miranda, you got a spirit of place. Okay, so I'm hearing change of scenery. I'm hearing it would be a good day for you, or a good week for you to focus on nature and where you can feel kind of the differences in nature. I mean, if you seriously can go, just if you're around your area, just find spots that feel different just because of what the nature is doing. Okay. All right. See, and then I did it, you guys. We did get to everybody pretty much in the 30 minutes. Wide open, right side up. So back to sharing yourself with the world. Be open, share your joy, share your laughter. This is a good week to share yourself. Okay, Jamie, last one. And I did it. Jamie. Okay, sparks of joy upside down. This card has come up. Now, this is I think the second time it's upside down. It came up 2 times it came up 2 times. So I don't know if it's necessarily for all of us, but I'm going to pull it up just in case it's the last message. Your life is filled with happiness, so share it with others. It says, do you rely too heavily on your material achievements when you assess how happy you are? Okay, so this is probably a good thing for us to, when we're owning our source of our own happiness, own that we don't necessarily get happiness from having a lot of things, a lot of wealth, a lot of titles, that kind of stuff. Okay. All right, we did it. I hope you guys have a fabulous week and find your sources of happiness, and I will see you next week.